morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing, Storewide?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Storewide's going to be on commentary with me. Storewide, you're also in this tournament. So what do you know about these two runners?
Um, yeah, I think this race is actually gonna be really interesting. Stompee and Bings had very different qualifiers. They're pretty far apart in the seeding, but Stompee's PB is actually better than Bings in any percent. Stompee does run solely any percent, and Bings is second for all shrines and has a sub 20 in hundo. So Bings is very much a long distance runner, I guess you'd say, and yeah, Stompy is also pretty good. Just getting sub 30 very recently. He learned New Castle just for the tournament, which is very nice.
Yeah, a little bit of youth versus experience here, but like you said, Stompy recently breaking that sub 30 anytime, any percent barrier. Race timer's off. Here we go.
Yep. So yeah, I think this race is anyone's game.
All right, as we watch the intro cutscene, so Starwide, you've been playing in this tournament. What part of the run has been, let's say, the key to each race you've been in? What are these runners looking out for?
So it kind of depends. Getting all of your BTBs or moving forward, having good movement, getting all the tricks like BTBs really helps in this race. Small movement adds up over time,
Mhm.
and missing a BTB or a big trick can lose like 25 seconds. So usually those are the big differences. And then your boss rush. If you are confident and solid on your boss rush, it makes a huge difference
Mhm.
because you can lose upwards of 6 minutes, which at that point could lose you the entire thing. So it's very high stress at the end.
Oh
It's a
yeah, and
very unfriendly race.
that's any percent for you. As we see our runners grab the Sheikah slate. Looks like Stompy streams just a little bit ahead of Bing's from our perspective, but
Yeah.
um, I don't think that will matter too much as we head down the line. All right. Our runners are going to clip out of the Shrine of Resurrection, make their move to their shield. What do you think these runners are going to be going? Potlit or Boko Shield?
I think both of these runners are going pot lid. Bing's definitely having more experience because longer runs you have to do pot lid, and I don't think Stompy does Boko. I don't think I've seen him, so I think both of our runners will be doing that. It's just nice because Boko Shield, the big difference is you cannot get backup food, and backup food can be very important for races. Because if you
Yeah,
miss a wind bomb, you need backup food in order to retry. So,
yeah,
yeah.
and these peppers and the mushrooms in front of the pot lid are the only chance for backup food until our runners can scan their amiibos. So it looks like both Bings and Stompy electing to get some peppers and some mush. Nope, Bing skips the mushrooms. So each new item, I think, cost them about 3 seconds. So it's kind of a they're weighing the pluses and minuses in getting those food. And I think the primary reason why they would be getting that food is this Boko camp that's coming up right now.
Yes. This Boko camp has a little bit of RNG. The Bokos can hit you and do weird things. We have created kind of a system of RNG manipulation to try to make sure the Bokos aren't too mean, but sometimes you can't do anything about it. So right away in the first like 2 minutes, we have to deal with this RNG.
Yeah,
It's like
both of these runners going up the left side. Um, a hit here will cost them about like 10 seconds in eating their backup food. So let's see how each of them does. Each of them does.
Bing's the Boko did the jump attack there, which is part of what I was talking about. Cost him
Right.
some time. Yeah, unfortunate, but that also messes up the shield surf on your way getting hit. So
Yeah, neither runner getting fast climb here. Stompy maintaining a small lead, but Bing's now happy that he picked up the backup food because a death there would have cost him upwards of 30 seconds from the game over and the reload.
yeah, that definitely not worth just the 3 seconds of grabbing some backup food. It looks like both our runners did the shrine skew. Bing's having a little bit of trouble here. The shrine skew is consistent, but it is just extraordinarily precise.
Mhm.
There's another skew on the snow, which the spot is not as defined, or it's just harder to see because you are sprinting at it. Um, you have to go out of your way a little bit more, and it's a little trickier to get. But once you get it and you have skew from it, um, it is very consistent and not very precise to clip in if you get the right skew. But stick with your roots, I guess, for these runners.
Yeah, it's interesting. Every single skew and clip on the plateau has sort of its own unique little quirks that runners have to learn about. Stompy freezes the boulder there so that he can run through, and he's going to come up to the boulder jump soon. Bings is right behind him.
Hmm. Stompy goes for Swiffy jump and gets it. That was very clean Swiffy jump. He made good distance. That is a trick that looks really cool. Doesn't seem that hard on the surface, but once you try actually doing it, it's one of those tricks where you learn it and go, "That wasn't too bad," and then you'll miss it randomly in a run and be like, "No." So that has happened in races. That's happened, PB runs, and it happens. But both of our runners got it. So that's good.
Yeah, I think we found in this tournament that the runners have been pretty consistent on that jump. I wonder if there are any stats enthusiasts in chat or in the community who'd be willing to go back and take a look at the tournament success rate on that jump. I feel like it's been pretty high.
Yeah. I know there have been times when I was in qualifiers where I go into the qualifier, I'm doing stasis, and I just think to myself like, I'm too nervous for this. I'm not going to go for it, and I just didn't go for Swiffy jump because I was like, not today. And sometimes there are days like that.
Yeah, I think the jump itself saves like 4 or 5 seconds, so it's definitely not the most crucial trick in the run. Stompy scanning amiibo here. What you saw there was Bing switching controllers. So Bing's main controller is actually a third-party controller that doesn't allow for the scanning of amiibo. So he switches controller specifically for this one spot.
Mm. Yeah, looks like Stompy had no fish on the first one. The second one, it looks like he got one carp, and he got the rest of his fish from a third amiibo.
I
Looks like,
see 2 yellowfish for Bings after 2 scans, so he's going to scan a third.
yeah.
Stompy's already on the boulder.
So you need. Oh, he tried picking up the fish, but accidentally opened up the box.
Okay, Bings is going to have 5 extra fire arrows. Really not that useful in the current routing. I was hoping for something like the Cap of the Wind right there.
Yeah.
And you see Bing switch back to his main controller right there.
Yeah, it looks like both of our runners had pretty even RNG. So that's
Yeah,
that's
both
good.
scanned 3 amiibo. Bings with a low angle on the boulder there. Stompy got Cryo BTB first try, is heading up to the ESC into Cryo. Misses the frame on the first attempt.
Yeah. Frame late. It's like he's buffering here. This is a frame perfect trick. You can attempt to try to hit the frame by buffering, which is what he is doing. Looks
Like
like he's
Bings gets
going.
an
Yeah. Bings
Looks
is
like
right
Bings
up
gets
next to
the
them.
cryo BBB first try. Stompee needs a whole bunch of tries in order to get the clip in. Looks like Bings is going to go for normal clip.
Yeah. ESC and normal clip have their trade-offs. ESC is faster, but it is frame perfect. So, and this clip, as you can see by Bing's, that last clip onto the shrine pedestal can be a little finicky. So both have their pros and cons. It's usually, you know, uh, by top runners, they always say that ESC bad because the normal clip, once you get it down, is consistent. So it's just the duality of, do you go for normal clip? Do you risk it with ESC? Different decisions that make the speed run very flexible, like a choose your own path.
And one thing to keep in mind is that Breath of the Wild does run at 30 frames per second. Oh, Stompy misses cryo skip there. So our frame perfect tricks just a tiny little bit easier than the frame perfect tricks for other big games that run at 60 frames per second. And if a runner goes for ESC, well, that's just the first of potentially 2 frame perfect tricks in the run because we might have Castle BTB coming up as well.
Yes. So yeah, you can try to buffer that with the quick pause, but sometimes the game physically cannot pause frame perfectly. So even that is inconsistent trying to buffer. But yeah, coming up here is MagBTB. Stompy's opting for slate storage. Basically, this replaces the fall damage cancel with all you need to do is press a single button, and you will do the fall damage cancel. Doesn't matter how close to the ground you are, you will do the fall damage cancel. So it's just easier. It looks like he did get a low angle, so it'd be useful for him here. Certain
And
MagBTB angles do go a lot lower, so the normal FDC may be impossible at those heights.
Bing's mirroring Stompy with the slate storage activation. Yeah, and it looked like Stompy was pretty low there. That would have been a difficult fall damage cancel to hit, and he gets unloaded.
Nice.
Bing's with a slightly higher angle, but still good. Oh, decides to fall damage cancel. It looked like he was attempting slate storage. Maybe he missed it. He gets unloaded too. We have double unloaded.
Double unloaded. Nice.
Let's hope this foreshadows a good run for both runners ahead, as at least from our view, Bings has closed some of the gap with Stompy. They're both at the shrine pedestal at roughly the same time.
Yeah, they are not too far apart. So yeah, it looks like Bing's attempted slate storage and missed it either because he got the animation. If you get the animation, you just have to reload, and obviously that's slow. Or he could have just, given up on it, say, this isn't worth it anymore. I'm just going to go for regular.
Yeah, I always like pointing out that slate storage is the safety strat that needs a backup strat. So, gone on Bing's on hitting the fall damage cancel there. Both our runners approaching Greg the Guardian.
Yep. Say hi to Greg. Looks like Stompy got hit once, I think, by Greg. And Bing's has good Greg. Greg is nice to Bing.
All
Yeah,
right, our runners.
that little Guardian's called Scout. It's called Greg.
All right, we're heading into our runners are going to head to the last shrine on plateau. It's bombs. Store wide, are you box walk gang or a slab launch gang?
I have been Slab Gang for like 8 months, and then just recently I switched to Box Walk, and it does make a difference when you're on PB pace. From my experience, a good Box Walk versus a good Slab Launch saves like 14 seconds or something.
Mm.
Now, that those numbers could be a little off, but both of our runners choose to do slab storage, which I think is smart because slab storage is a lot easier than box walk. So,
Okay,
and there's a lot less risk involved.
Stompee gets a kind of a slow pattern, but the key Boko still walks into position, and he gets a BTB. It kind of looks like he's going off to plateau, but he's able to cancel it. Bings with a slightly better angle misses the box. But man, these two runners side by side,
Yeah,
setting
literally in
skew
the exact
on.
same position.
Ooh, Bing's having a little bit of trouble getting the shield flip, but he's got it. Stompee misses the
Stumpy
first attempt.
double bonked. Dang. I think that was a double bonk at least because he didn't get skew.
Yeah, Stompy didn't get skew on that, and so had to reset, and that puts Bing just slightly in the lead.
Yeah. Yeah, just little things. These runners are very tied up, which is very impressive this far into the run with so many BTBs. Um, and, just little things like clipping that can cause you to be in the lead. So, both of our runners, there's something kind of interesting about getting in the box. I recently I learned it from Gert originally, but many top runners do this, where if you like physically turn Link like towards the box, when you do the FDC, Link will naturally like fall at a diagonal towards wherever direction you're like facing. So for those runners, they had good angles, and I think if they had turned Link, they could have gotten in the box. So just very subtle things about the speed run you don't learn until later on. Little things that like, oh, I wish I knew that.
Yeah, I think as you approach any speed game, like there's only so much that someone can put into a video tutorial, and there's like a million small things that runners know that you only get by talking to other runners. Um, so it looks like Storewide, your analysis that this would be a tight match is coming to fruition, at least so far. Both runners, similar PBs, similar strats, and they're leaving Bomb Shrine at roughly the same time.
Yeah. Um, this next split here, Paraglider, is simple on the surface. It's pretty simple. Just one wind bomb and then the tree launch. But the tree launch is infamous for being finicky to get onto the tree. And this wind bomb here is pretty hard because, you're trying to balance the length you go as well as not getting enough height. So it looks like Bing is actually doing something different. He got a lot
Yeah,
of height though.
yeah, that's
Oh
dangerous.
man.
Oh, survives at a quarter heart. Bings is a ooh, and his food is pretty low here. Stompy does the traditional wind bomb to trees. Bings does wind bomb to the bridge. Got a little too much height there and took way more damage than he wanted to. Bings noted has before noted his distaste for the tree launch, and so he does the double wind bomb strategy. Um, and even with sort of taking that extra damage, it's kind of paying off because he has a pretty smooth ride up to the tower in the Temple of Time. Stompy misses the tree launch, and you know that's what makes the trick kind of infamous.
Yeah. Well, I think he just stasised it a little early. The tree will just literally not launch and just pretend that you didn't stasis at all, which is very frustrating. So Stompy running over to the backup tree. He had the acorn fall off of the tree though, and the acorn is really weird because Link will just target the acorn rather than the tree and can just ruin you for getting double hits. So his quick thinking that he was able to pick up the acorn real quick so he could get double hits. And Bings is
Things not
deciding,
even, yeah, not
yeah,
even trying for Castle BTB. He's going to go straight to the Bliss to Castle. Has an interesting way to do it. He jumps out of the window and down to where the Lumina backup would have been done. Um, I've seen runners like Roko and Noman use a little slab of wood on the roof of the Temple of Time. Stompy's going to attempt the Castle BTB. So this looks like the Boca wasn't cooperating, so he's going to jump out the window too, do an actual Lumina backup.
yeah. That's interesting. That the Boko, the Boko just didn't even notice his arrow, and instead he didn't have enough arrows to try it again. So just going for the BLSS here. A little bit of a
Oh,
interesting starting angle, but it looks like he's angling it back towards castle. Bing's
Bings looks like
getting
the gate is unloaded. He is
there. You
in
go.
instant castle cutscene, so good awareness for him to glide through the gate. Because if he had landed outside the gate, he would have gotten the cutscene, and the gate would have loaded in.
Yeah, so that was very good there. Yeah, Stompy is bringing it together, taking it nice and easy here on the BLSS because if you go too fast, you can get speed capped and you cannot have your stick touch neutral. So you constantly have to have your finger on the stick. You constantly have to be holding B. Just a lot of. It's a very hard way to hold the controller. So taking it slow and easy helps a lot because if you drop the inputs, Link will just instantly fall, and trying to recover from that is very hard.
All right, Bings gets the Razor Shroom. Stompy also into an unloaded gate, so we got quadruple unloaded in this run.
Yeah, it's interesting. Bings is
Oh, Bings is running
opting.
into.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Okay.
oh,
He opts.
thank you, Breath of the Wild hitboxes for once. The Lizalfos just swung right through him.
Yeah. Bing's there opting to go for the Fang for extra time on his attack up food, but the Lizzles noticed him, had some shenanigans there. But when he went to attack, he was close enough to the Lizzle where his arm just kind of hit him, which doesn't have a hitbox, thankfully. So he walked away from that, just barely.
Stompy's in the guard's chamber, has both claymores, will also pick up the Razor Shroom. He attracted a Lizalfo, so drops a bomb to distract it. And now Stompy will also pick up the Nadra Fang for the extra safety food. So these runners have again, very similar PBs, similar strategies, and the run is still close.
Yeah, very close. Bings is opting to do inbounds with 6 ancient arrows, gives him a buffer for the fights, and is just significantly easier to do rather than trying to go for a midair.
Bings did pick up some apples from those crates that had dropped. Gives him enough food to get up here with that wind bomb. Is in Zelda's room for the final 2 weapons. Looks like Stompy is running down the hallway, going the 6 ancient arrow route. Mirror strategies, again, for both these runners.
I don't think these runners have deviated from like any strategies.
Yeah, which is interesting because we've seen a very diverse array of approaches to this any percent run, but we've got 2 runners that see the game the same way. Seems as Bings gets onto the bridge for the final wind bomb to Sanctum.
That was an interesting camera angle there for that wind bomb. Most runners opt to look straight down to avoid the malice because all that malice there will lag stop you, so you have to be careful of your camera angle. But he decided to aim the camera up instead. Which
Yeah, another way
smart.
to reduce lag. All right, let's see if Bings gets Windblight skip. This is important because if he misses this, he's going to be set back, and Stompy and Bings will be pretty much tied.
Yeah, looked good from my little glance that I saw. I think he has gyro on, which makes it a little harder, but it's still manageable. Yeah, that looks good.
Bings gets Windblight skip. He is in to the boss rush. Water Blight Phase 1 should be pretty straightforward. 2 hits and a dodge, followed by a spin attack. Stompy setting up for the final wind bomb to Sanctum.
Yeah. Stompy saving right before, though, does a quick safety save, which is very nice. If you are, maybe you're in practice and a trick's like, man, this trick is not really working out for me. doing a quick save right before can help a lot because autosaves are not forgiving. They're very punishing in this game.
Okay, 2 headshots from Bings. He's going to do a spin attack with the Claymore. Let's see if he goes for that wake-up headshot.
No?
Kind of aims the camera as if he was going to, but never pulls the bow.
So, yeah, the wake-up headshot can be nice. He's actually doing a different route where he's trying to get a third headshot while Water Blight was on the ground. But sometimes you can miss, which takes away precious durability from that bow. So it was good backup. Fireblight first phase. He dodges the flames there. If you miss the stun lock or the stun phase there, Fireblight will throw that fire, and it is very hard to dodge. So that is really good. He's able to dodge it. That destroys your health. It gets you all down on a quarter of a heart. And sometimes when you're at this point, you do not have a lot of backup food. So it's good he's able to dodge it. And
Yeah,
Stompee
I think Bings missed one of the hits on the spin attack with the first Claymore, and that kind of threw off the damage necessary to stun Fireblight on the second phase. All right, Bings has Fireblight down, and one hit away from fast phase 2.
Yeah, it was really close. And he got the less optimal side, so that was... I was surprised he's able to do it so well, just from that opposite side.
I'm a little concerned about the durability on Bings's Claymore here.
He's...
no, it survives until the throw, yeah.
It's good.
He needed a couple of extra hits here and there, and in this route, we pushed that Claymore to the very limit. Let's see how Stompee does for a fast Fireblight 2. He's got the bomb dropped. He does the 3 hits with the boomerang, elects not to do the jump cancel and the throw. Oh, and he's a sliver of HP away. Gonna wait for Fireblight to void out and come back. Bings on the final spin attack on Thunderblight, and Bings out of Blights into Calamity 1.
As Stompee is entering Thunderblight 1. So, someone was saying that you could avoid the Fireblight attack with your shield, which I think is good, but you have to be quick on your feet too, because you could burn your shield.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put the pot lid away right away. Bings unloads 6 Ancient Arrow shots, follows it with a Flurry Rush for some safety. Okay, we're gonna see how he does on these headshots. He's gonna try to get 4 or 5 here. Ooh, flames bouncing around, burning him for a single heart of damage. As he heads into the hardest A press in the run.
Ooh, 1 frame late, so he's going to take another heart of damage. He's out of backup food now, and Clam goes for a Flurry Rush. And
he's trying to bait another laser. The damage left over has to really come from the Royal Guard's Claymore. He has some bomb arrows left that he could try to take Calamity down with.
No, that's
instant death. Bings.
He didn't switch to the other shield because of pot lid there. Those lasers will instantly break it, and if it breaks it on that multi-laser, it will instantly kill you. There is nothing you can do.
Bings takes a death on Calamity from a blaster shot from the wall. As Stompee is into his Flurry Rush in Calamity 1. So Stompee now very much far ahead, needs to survive Calamity 1. And in order to take this match, Bings is going to Wind Bomb back to Sanctum and attempt Wind Blight skip again. Yeah, it looked like Bings still had his bow and probably had bomb arrows left. I wonder if he just didn't think to try to shoot Calamity off the wall at that point.
I think his bow, his real... Oh no, it's Stompee.
Stompee!
With the throw. I don't know if he misses the throw or was too late on it, but Clam did go down for the slam, and he wasn't able to make it out of the way.
Okay,
So he'd take the
stay
death
with
there
us,
as
chat.
well.
We still have a race here. Stompy went to throw the Royal Guard's Claymore. It didn't look like he got the throw off, and was too close to Calamity when the body slam came on. So Stompy takes a death. Stompy is back on the bridge doing the Wind Bomb to Sanctum. Bing's just missed Windblight skip, so he's gonna have to reload. Oh boy.
Depending on how much his health is left, yeah, that's too much. He's gonna have to reload. And now
Wow.
Zombie takes the lead because of that.
So we went from Stompy having a prohibitive lead against Bings to Bings being ahead by a little bit, and now Bings is behind.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really going to test the grit of our runners here. I don't think either one is watching the stream. That's generally, I think runners are not watching each other, even though they can. And so right now they're just kind of in their heads needing to get through this run. They haven't seen the race time timer show their opponent finishing, so they're going to just continue. This has got to be stressful mentally.
Yeah. Because usually when you die at blights, you assume the other person hasn't died until you get certain point through your second try, and you're like, they haven't finished yet. Oh, like you make the sudden realization if you're not watching when you're like, oh wait, maybe I have a chance. But
Okay.
definitely right after you die is a very hard on your mentality.
So Bings is successful with Wind Blight skip. Stompy's in phase 2, Bings in phase 1 of Water Blight. So we're hoping these runners have smooth blights, and it's going to come down to Calamity again.
Yeah. I've never seen. Oh, that's a different strat. Stompy using the Royal Guard's Claymore instead of the Royal Claymore there. Different weapon routing for blights. And the reason why is that you're in Six Ancient Arrow, your Royal Guard Claymore doesn't break on Clam if you do the three Ancient Arrow weapon routing. So some runners, try to get more damage in just from using it in other
Yeah, I
places.
wonder. I wonder if that was just a mistake from Stompy, because that was actually the edge of duality that he ended the phase with and started Fire Blight. So I've never seen a weapon routing like that. So I wonder if Stompy just forgot which weapon he was
Oh,
on.
was
Oh,
that? Oh, I thought he had the Royal Guard Claymore.
it's a
Must have
little hard
had
to
EOD
tell. He's been
then.
swapping
Yeah,
weapons, so maybe he just lost track of which weapon that he had. Um,
I don't know. That'd be interesting because if he did lose track, then it'd be hard to do. Hard to finish off blights. But I don't think it was a mess up because I think before he did the same weapon routing, I just wasn't
okay.
paying attention.
Stompy needs an extra cycle for Fire Blight again, so Bings has a chance to close the gap. If he can get this in one cycle, again misses it by one hit.
Yeah, very close. I'm been told that all Stompy's doing is doing old blights, but replacing the Stone Smasher with the Edge of Duality. So that's why he's did a headshot at the end of phase one, which makes a lot more sense. He's
Okay,
just pretending that that weapon is, some from the old route. So
alright, something that we didn't catch the first time around. Kind of makes sense for Stompy, since we did say that he learned the Newcastle route right before this tournament, so he might have sort of compartmentalized a little bit and just said, I'm not gonna learn a whole new Blight's weapon routing when I need to learn a new castle route as well. Alright, Stompy's in Calamity again.
Bings there
Six
missed a
Ancient.
headshot after the stun for Thunderblight. So that was a little scary, but he got it. Just one less durability.
Stompy misses the Flurry Rush. The overhead slam is a hard one to time. He's a little out of position for the bomb arrows, but Calamity looks like Calamity's staying away.
He gets hit by the fire, but the knockback also hits him as well, so he ragdolls.
Bing's on the 6 Ancient Arrow headshots. Calamity going to the wall for Stompee.
Man, Calamity has not been nice to these runners today. And Stompee was able to get him down with bomb arrows. Bing's flurry rush to the right for that one. That's gonna be a little scary. Yeah, that was a good backup where he ran to the right side instead of the left. Which, if you run, you can die. He can snipe you with the slam if you go, different ways.
Okay, Stompee gets the throw stuns Calamity, and Stompee gets instant laser from Calamity. Gets the second laser parry. That looked only like 2 hits from the boomerang.
Yeah, so durability looks good, though, just from different routing.
Bings has got a tough laser parry here. Gets it, though,
good,
off the wall.
Good laser parry. Yeah, Clam instantly went to laser for him. So, yeah, instantly went to wall.
Alright, Stompee has to hold on to the stun lock. He needs to wait until at least 3/4 stamina to start his spin in order to have enough stamina to make it to the slam. Looks like he's playing it safe, letting the stamina refill just a little bit extra. Okay. Oh, missed the last slam!
Right at the end.
Missed the last slam!
Bings is also on slam. He's catching up. I don't think that flurry rush is going to do it, and Stompee finishes off Calam. But Bings is right behind.
Stompee finishes second phase Calamity about 35-42. Bing's just 10 seconds behind them. They're both heading into Dark Beast. Starwide, there isn't 10 seconds of time save in Dark Beast, is there?
There isn't 10 seconds of time save, but there is 10 seconds of possible time lost. So, Bing's I think he was still trying to skip the cutscene, but accidentally jumped off the horse. I don't think it'll lose him any time, though, other than menuing.
Wow, before this race, we were just saying that earlier today we had Coency versus Rocco in a winner's bracket match, where the time difference at the end was around 30 seconds, and that was the closest race that the tournament has seen so far, and I think we might surpass that here.
Yeah. Stompee
misses that shot, misses a second time, misses a third. Can't seem to find the hitbox for this. Bings is on that same target.
And Bings just did the same target, just finished it now. So Bings is catching up.
Oh my god.
Dark Beast is, that shot specifically is the trickiest shot in Dark Beast, so...
You've got to wonder what these runners are thinking. You know, they've both had trouble in Boss Rush. They have not seen the other player declare a finish yet. And they're on Dark Beast, so each of them must be wondering, am I really ahead at this point?
Yeah, I would definitely be thinking that. Like, why hasn't he submitted yet?
Oh, Bing's a little out of position for this set of shots, so he's going to give some time back to Stompee.
I think he still got it. Just barely sniped the middle one. Yeah, he just barely sniped the middle one. High stakes. Usually I say Dark Beast is just target practice for next run. But this is probably the most stressful Dark Beast I've ever seen.
Absolutely, and I don't know about you, Storewide, but I have a specific route I take in Dark Beast. I do the same thing every single time, so... Oh, Stompee misses the first shot there!
Yeah.
I was going to say that seeing Stompee and Bings just kind of ride their horses around kind of aimlessly is really stressful. So it's hard to tell if the streams are synced for us. It looks like Stompee is setting up for the final shot a little bit ahead of Bings.
Yeah, it's crazy. And Stompee, here we go, has finished. GG.
So visually,
and Bings, GG.
Right behind him. Oh my god. ZSR bot is in with Stompee finishing first in 38:31. Bings in second place at 38:35. 4-second time difference between our runners here.
Wow.
GG's to Stompee, GG's to Bings.
Holy moly.
Oh my god,
Welcome
chat,
in,
store-wide.
runners.
I do
Oh,
not
that was
believe the
fun.
run that I just saw.
That
We
was
gave him a show.
insane.
That was
Okay.
insane.
Stompee.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Stompee, did you think you were ahead there?
No, I didn't. I thought, I don't know. I actually thought in my head right before I was about to shoot. I'm like, what if we're just tied up right now? Because it wasn't too far of a stretch because we kind of have similar PBs. I already knew that he most likely died to Ganon when he hadn't finished when I was back in Calamity again, so yeah, I don't know.
Bings, what were you thinking during Dark Beast? Did you think you were ahead? Did you think that...
I had the race open beside me, but I didn't see who entered Dark Beast first. I don't know if I want to know. I know my Dark Beasts aren't very good.
So I think from our stream, Stompee entered Dark Beast about 10 seconds ahead of you.
Okay, so I didn't lose it on Dark Beast. That's good to know.
I actually had a really bad Dark Beast.
Yeah, Stompee, you had some trouble with the third shot in the first set of shots, and that's when that's why it tightened up to just a 4-second difference between you two at the end.
That shot always gives me trouble.
Yeah, no, every time I looked over at my screen, we were like neck and neck, so it was very exciting.
Yeah, that was a fun race. I could have honestly, I could have gotten through that. Oh, sorry about the only reason that I died to Ganon the first time is because when I tried to throw my Claymore, I pressed the button rather than holding it down.
Oh, yeah.
It sucked, but...
Yeah, I just missed a parry on the fast laser, which I didn't think I normally would, but it's because my pot lid broke, and then, he kind of staggers back.
Yeah.
Usually I switch to the safety shield there, but I forgot to, because then if it hits the shield, you can still parry the next one. But that cost me.
So, Bing, for that Death and Calamity, I think we both noticed that you might have still had bomb arrows and a bow. Did you think to try to knock Ganon down, or were you kind of keyed into parrying whatever attack he gave you?
That completely... I should have done that, and yeah, I just sort of lost where I was at and focused on the parry. Definitely would have been the strat, though.
Yeah, understandable. And, end game, very, very stressful. Sometimes things that you go, it's obvious. Sometimes you can't see it as clearly when you're so focused in.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting some claps in chat here for an exciting race. You two were neck and neck on plateau, leaving shrines very close to each other. Lead widened a little bit.
I did see we both got the double unloaded, which was pretty sweet. Good job.
Yeah.
Both unloaded Mac, both got unloaded Gate, so no issues there. You two have very similar routes in terms of where you pick up safety food. Both of you got the Nature Fang.
Yeah.
I'm
I grabbed
pretty
that Fang.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I grabbed that Fang only in tournament runs because I don't know, Clam can be dumb sometimes. As you saw, even in this run, he went to the wall. I think, yeah, he went to the wall the first time, which is just annoying. Or maybe it was the second, I don't know, but stuff like that can happen, and it's always nice to have that extra. I don't even know how much extra, 6 extra minutes or so.
Yeah, it's a lot. But the Fang proved to be a good play for both of you because I think your food would have timed out by second phase if you hadn't grabbed it. So that was a smart play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never actually done a run without the Fang because, as I was saying, I've newly picked up any percent, so I kind of go for all the safety strats for now. But hopefully I'll improve over the year, and we'll see how far I can go next year. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. GG to you, Stompee.
Yeah, GG Bings. That was a fun race.
Yeah, we were saying this afternoon, about like 10 hours ago, we had the tournament's closest race between Coency and Rocco, and you two have now surpassed that with a 4-second time difference. Actually, one last thing I was wondering, Stompee, was just your weapon routing and blights. So it's not the
Yeah,
typical
everybody.
weapon routing we've seen so far. So you could tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so my story with any percent is I started off with Old Castle, and like halfway through qualifiers, I switched from Old Castle to New Castle because Calamity kept screwing me over during qualifier runs, and I learned New Castle like partly from I think your video, and partly from one of my friends, and he just taught me that weapon routing. I know it's really odd, but it works for me. I tried to learn the other one, but with the tournament, I don't know. I feel like I don't have time to learn it. I probably should. But...
At first I was, like, I don't know. At first I didn't recognize it. I was like, oh, this is weird. But then later on, I realized that it is just the old fights, but you replace the whatever it is, the Stone Crusher with the Edge of Duality, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but I think I need to switch soon because I've actually killed runs to the weapon breaking on the slam in second phase when starting the stun lock, which isn't good.
Yeah.
All right, so this was an elimination round. So Bings, your tournament's over. What are your next plans with Breath of the Wild?
My next plan is to do a hundo tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yes, good luck.
Good luck with that. Hopefully sub 19, crossing our fingers.
Yeah, could be the run. We'll see. I've been practicing a lot.
Stompee, your tournament's still alive. You're going against Harm in the next round. You got a week to prep. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm probably just gonna do mostly offline practice. I don't really know. I'm just gonna practice what I need to practice. I think I need to practice Castle. I might try to learn the new weapon routing for blights. I don't know. I'm gonna make sure to practice a lot and try to get more consistent.
All right. Well, you are no stranger to picking up new strats in the middle of the tournament.
Yeah.
So good luck on your next round.
Thank you.
Storewide, you've got a race coming up. You're going up against Song tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Does watching this race make you rethink anything for that race coming up?
I don't know. I just think these races, it comes down to anyone's game. And we saw how close races can be with two runners of similar skill level. So I don't know. I'll do my best.
All right. Well, good luck with that. Bings or Stompee, anything else?
That's it for me. Good luck in the rest of the
thank you for the restream. Thank you for the commentary.
And thank you for the exciting run of the tournament so far.
Agreed. And
all right,
run of the tournament.
ADN, back to you.
All right, so as we already know, we've got another match tomorrow. It's Song versus Storewide. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern. And right before that, we've got CBF versus Altexo, and that's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then later in the day, we've got 3 more matches, one at 3, 7, and 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We've got That Guy Chucky versus Pokepanda, Cinnamon versus Alexandra Lynn, and Prahaha versus Taxslayer. And right after that one, we have another one. It's Piston versus Sly Zero at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So tomorrow we've got a ton of matches set up. So definitely stay tuned for those. And we will go ahead and raid player 5 who is doing some any percent runs. And thanks so much, everyone.